Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radhe Radhe. Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram, 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 Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Well, it's very nice to see you all here. Bhagavad Gita is a transcendental literature which it tells us what we should know, what we should and shouldn't do, and what we can do with our own lives. Certainly, throughout my own experience, I was born in, you could say, an uncultured background. You know, I grew up like any normal person in the army life, you could say. But it wasn't a disqualification, somehow or other. I'm here. Somehow I came here. I heard this Maha mantra, and it was a pop festival, I remember. Lots of people, hippies and things like that. I was a hippie then. I had long hair, but now all gone. You know, but somehow I don't miss it. You know, so what we're looking at tonight is a verse from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I don't know. Oh, it's up on the screen there. Thank you. It's the opulences of the Absolute. And so, yes, we're doing text, chapter 10, text 32. So, if you repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vanchakopatrupiyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanabheyo Vaishnavabheyo Namo Namaha. So most of you here, you seem to be familiar with the manor. You know what it's offering. Here, the opulence of the Absolute, this chapter, he goes through opulences, the qualities of the Supreme Lord. And tonight, we have text 32. And it says, Forgive my chanting. Well, I'll do the best I can. Sarganamadirannan antascha. Sarganamadiantascha. Madhavayam cheva Arjuna. Adhyatma vidya vidyanam. Vada pravadam aham. Somebody else would like to have a go at all? Sarvayamadyadascha Madhyam eva charjuna Adayam vidyam vidanam Vadati bhavidanam. Anybody else? Any ladies would like to chant at all this? Saganamadiyantascha Madam Cheva Arjuna Adyatyam Vidyanam Vada Pravadatamaham. Anybody else? No? Sarvedam Tantiyautascha Adam Devanatyanam Vadadyanam Okay, so I'll chant the word for word, and if you could repeat after me the translation of each of the word meanings. It says, Sarganam, of all creations, Adihi, the beginning, Antaha, end, Cha, and Madhyam, a middle, Cha, also, Eva, certainly, Aham, I am, Arjuna, O Arjuna, Adhyatma, Adhyatma Vidya, spiritual knowledge, Vidyanam, of all education, Vadaha, the natural conclusion, Pravadatam, of arguments, I am. So the translation: of all creations I am the beginning and the end, and also the middle, O Arjuna. Of all sciences I am the spiritual science of the self, and among logicians I am the conclusive truth. So, if you repeat after me, of all creations, I am the beginning and the end, and also the middle, O Arjuna. Of all the sciences, I am the spiritual science of the self, and among logicians, I am the conclusive truth. Amongst purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Amongst the created manifestations, the first is the creation of the total material elements. as explained before in the cosmic manifestation, Vishnu and Kishiro Dakshai Vishnu are, and then again its annihilation are by Lord Shiva. Brahma is the secondary creator, and all these agents of mine, all these agents of mine, the material qualities of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he is the beginning and the end of all creation. Yes, he is the beginning and end of all creation. Amongst logicians, there are different kinds of argument, supporting one's arguments with evidence. That also is the defeating of an opponent, is called vitanda, but the actual conclusion is called vada, and that is this conclusive truth is a representation of Krishna. Now, certainly the beginning of creation, actually there's one person behind it all. He expands himself to create a material world where somehow we've been lost. We've been lost in this agnostria of the material nature. And there's, they call it, there's the modes of material nature. And goodness, passion and ignorance. Some of us, to get to the mode of goodness, we have to, I'm personally, and still am, there's this mode of passion. You know, I've got to get things done. When I first came here, I was very interested in keeping the temple room tidy, and the toilets. You know, they called me the so-called temple commander. Yeah, my God. You know, but we have to be careful that we don't think we are the commander. That actually, Krishna's doing everything. So we have to try and find out a little bit more about ourselves. I had to find out the hard way. I was told by people I was harsh. I didn't like that at all. But actually, I came to find out it was the truth. I realised that maybe, you know, due to my habits in the without this culture behind me, I had no support. I just, you know, kindness is a very nice attribute, and certainly we have to remember that, as my own Shiksha Guru told me, Mother Kalangana, she said, try and serve with love and kindness. You know, these people, they're here, and you got to look after them. So, not just regimented, get ready on time, that had its place, but somehow or other, I'd fallen into the ocean of material satisfaction. I thought I was the doer. Prakriti kriyamanini, gune karmani sarvasaha, ahankara vimudatma, kartaham iti manyate. Yeah, the spirit soul thinks himself the doer of activities that are actual fact done by the modes of material nature. I found out I was in the mode of passion. Got to get things done without considerations of others' feelings. Eventually, that I start to find out, and if you excuse me, I'll do a little bit of reference. George Harrison, when he first came here, he saw this place as like a wonderful place to garden. You know, his interest was actually he had millions, but he liked gardening. He came to the manor. He came round with Dhananjaya Prabhu, and it had been a hospital. And of course it's a hospital now. It's a hospital for our Krishna consciousness. It's for us to find some treatment that will help us in our difficulties and in our devotional service. So we try and assist each other. You okay? You can come in. Yeah, all right. Okay. And so George Harrison, he did a song. He said, "My lords, my sweet Lord, I really want to be with you." And that's something that if you really want to get on in Krishna consciousness, we have to put our past behind us. That somehow, George Harrison, he had everything. He wanted for nothing, but what the dead devotees did, they used to feed him kachoris, samosas, all these things which somehow, and he liked the approach of the devotees, and he found out about prasadam, and then he started to assist the devotees, and wanted to become a devotee himself, but Prabhupada said, "No, you must stay where you are. Your influence will bring more people into Krishna consciousness." And we've got a George Harrison garden now, in commemoration of George Harrison, appreciation of what he's done for us. And actually all of us, sometimes we don't appreciate what all of us have got. You know, we don't see that somehow or other, this person's okay. You know, I don't appreciate them. I don't. What's happening? I've got to learn. I've got to learn from how to get along with people, get to know them better. Certainly Radhanath Swami, he says, the most wonderful thing is in fact, whatever you're doing now is the most wonderful thing. It's not by chance. Krishna's behind it. So we're all together in front of our glorious deities here, and we can relate to their glories. They've given us prasadam. They're accepting our offerings. And certainly, I treat this as an offering, personally. Speaking from Bhagavad Gita as a special mercy. You know, as I say, I've been through the difficulties in devotional service. I even fell down on the devotional service. I had to find out that maybe I'm not a great devotee. Maybe I'm not as nice as I can be. And when I look around and I still see all the people that saw me in those old days, they only see my good points. You know, they know I was a bossy boots then, you know. But for some reason, they still allow me to carry on. And then again, I started to lose the ability in my limbs. You know, Krishna he's the ability in men. But if he takes away, that's also a blessing. You see, I have to look at my disablement as a blessing. is to teach me that I need to know more, that I have to let people serve me. And that's what Prabhupada did. He was a perfect example that in the end, he was still translating the Bhagavatam, even when he was sick. Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for coming. Okay. And but in the end, he was completely helpless there. And he passed away in Vrindavan. He came here, he was trying to start a Varnashram Dharma here, and this was the stop-off point to America. But he had to turn back. He couldn't do it. They had to carry him everywhere, had a palanquin, everything. So they took him back to Vrindavan. And there, he passed away. And he left behind, I'd like to read something from Prabhupada. Oh. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, could you please? He says here, I've no devotion, nor do I have any knowledge, but I have a strong faith in the holy name of Krishna. I have been designated Bhaktivedanta Manor, and now, if you like, you can fulfill that purport. He's full of knowledge. He was practicing all his life. He was in family life. He had his up and downs in family life. He said, we have squabbles. We give them no significance. Why? Why shouldn't we? You just accept it. You don't have 10 marriages like Elizabeth Taylor, and she even married the man that she was with before. Yeah. So he says, so I can fulfill your desire, and which is to spread this Krishna consciousness. And there's one last verse I'd like to tell you about. It says, this is December 19th, to Jayapataka Swami. He says, the secret of surrendering to Krishna, listen to this, it's so simple, that such a surrendered devotee sees that everything is part of Krishna's plan. Whatever I'm meant to be doing, I'm doing. So let me do it with my full attention. And then says, whatever is meant to be, I am doing. Let me do it with my full attention to every detail. Let me become absorbed in that such service. Never mind what it is. And we all like to choose our service, isn't it? In household life, men, they're supposed to do what they're supposed to do. They come in and they have their prasadam laid out for them, and but the mother, but he only provides the needs of the household when his wife is chaste, looking after him, feeds him nice prasad. He's enthused by her. He gives her what he can, according to his means, and the household money. Sometimes it's the lady that looks after the household money. She's in control. And it's got to be like that sometimes. Men aren't always able to work. They have to have their wife has to go out to work. So they take up the household chores. Why not? It's only our false ego that says, I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be doing that. But no, it's circumstance. So he says, never mind what it is, let all our considerations. Jayapataka Swami, when he says the secret of surrendering to Krishna, he was inquiring as that somehow or other, I'm really enjoying my service here in India. We all know who Jayapataka Swami, he's got thousands of disciples everywhere. And he's still initiating. Why? Because that's his duty. He wants to connect people to Krishna, everyone to Krishna. The cook here tonight, she's Jayapataka Swami cooking. I hope you sample her Mahaprasad after, because it's nectar. She's following the rules and regulations according to Jayapataka's instructions, which seems very, very difficult, but still she does it. And why? Because she wants to show her love. And so, then the other thing he said to Jayapataka Swami, yes, there's no reason. The problem is with the people that you're serving now, is they're squabbling amongst each other. I should be doing this service, I should be doing that. He says, don't worry, it's because they are not so complete in their Krishna consciousness. We have to understand that so his secret is that they should be surrendered to whatever they do. So we give them that. And the final quote I'd like to read from, it's here. It's on May 17th, if I can find it. He talks about his books. It's in his last days of Vrindavan. Here it is. And this is also a quote now, because my mother, my Shiksha Guru, Mother Kalangana, she has this written on her dedication. It's in August, and it's on her epitaph when it's brought here to the temple. We did, but it says here, he's talking about death. He says, if death takes place here, there's nothing to be said that is new. Whatever I've had to speak, I've spoken in my books. So now you try and understand and continue your endeavor, young or old. That's for certain. I have to continue my endeavor now. Whatever's happened to me. So he says, then he says, similarly, the living being also, he lives eternally. And I think, oh my God, when am I going to leave? But I should understand that now, whatever difficulty I'm going through now, is Krishna's arrangement. So, you've been taught to serve by Krishna. And certainly that's what I've been taught here, in this place, this manner. And but while with Krishna, we'll live eternally. Our life is eternal. A temporary disappearance of this body doesn't matter. It's meant for disappearance. So live forever serving Krishna. And if we can understand that whatever moment, and I remember on the Namahat group, there was one of our ladies, she had brain tumor. And they thought they cured it, but no, it came back. And in the group that we had, I said, is there anything I can do for you? I said to her, I can chant a round extra for you. So I treat whatever rounds I do, I dedicate one to her existence. She was such a pure soul. And you know what? That she used to cry when she heard the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Tears filled her eyes. She says, what's happening to me? And she asked us, and the person who was in charge of the Namahat groups here, he says, well, don't worry about it. It'll be okay. You'll get over it. Somehow there was this thought of doubt, but she had the symptoms. And she went to a hospital for the dying people. After her second operation, she couldn't speak. And she inquired, what can I do now? She couldn't chant Hare Krishna anymore. I said, what you do, you've got one thing left, is you've got your breath. Dedicate every breath you've got, every moment you've got in thinking about Krishna. Dedicate that breath, that last breath, till you pass away. And so, actually, there's another little story attached to that. Her name was Devi. And Devi, after her second operation, she went to a hospice. They were looking after her. And her husband was trying to cure her with all sorts of Ayurvedic stuff. And it was, I said to him, well, look, she's been to our group. She liked the Hare Krishna mantra. She liked us all singing together. And I said, look, please play her this Prabhupada chanting. And then, because the doctors came round, came around and spoke with her husband, look, forget all these cures. Isn't it now the time that maybe we hear she likes chanting? And it was a doctor who suggested, not her husband, that she carry on chanting. And she did. She passed away. We got a tape, and she's heard Prabhupada with a harmonium playing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And hearing this, she passed away. And it was a very poignant moment. And her husband said to me, he called me when I was at work. And I thought, what can I do? I'll go up there. But what they say is that soul doesn't quite leave the body. It hangs around for a little while. But what we've got to do, if we want them back, that could delay their next progress into their next life. So what we do, we be their well-wisher on their journey to Krishna. Don't forget that. We have to be chaste right to the end. Prabhupada, she was here in Prabhupada. That was her glory. She just got what she wanted. The bliss of hearing this Hare Krishna mantra. So we live forever to chant Hare Krishna. And one thing you have to remember, Krishna is directing the wanderings of all the living entities. They're sitting on a machine made of the material energy. No matter what you've got, make the best use of a bad bargain. Keep using it. And I have a physiotherapist who looks after me. And he's keeping me going. And we share each other's experiences in our lives. And so I'm here at his permission and his kindness and his service. Because he likes service. He's dedicated to it. And Sometimes we miss him when he goes away, but somehow it's always arranged for me. Somehow I'm here still, in the state I'm in, coming back into this wonderful place. Soon they'll be serving prasadam. Take the mercy. Don't forget, it's meant for you. You're in the right place at the right time. So, are there any questions, comments? Please, any thoughts? Constructive comments? Not constructive comments. It doesn't matter. I'll take it as a mercy, because that's what it's meant to be. Mercy. Give it to me. And I see everybody that's coming here, young and old, by their enthusiasm, they'll carry on to a ripe old age. I don't wish it upon them, but I wish it upon them that they have a lifetime of service, that they can carry on. Yes, Mataji?
Because you have so much experience in Krishna consciousness, can you share with us the biggest lesson for you that you've learned throughout your practice, or more than one, but at least one lesson, biggest lesson that you would like to share with us?
Yes. Certainly when my marriage broke up, it was a desperate point. It was a terrible, terrible experience. I was a fool. I found out in the end when my wife left me that actually I wasn't such a nice person. That somehow or other, I was a rugby player. I used to, and I'd get home late, and it was sad actually. But the one thing, somebody asked me, well, how can you forgive her for leaving you? I said, there's nothing to forgive. Actually, I found out I wasn't such a nice guy. I was always very popular, actually. Somehow or other, the way I looked or whatever I did, I had a sort of, a sort of personality, and attracted people. So, but, when you think, there's nothing to forgive if your character's not right. So we got to become characters that are chaste. We have to follow in the footsteps of the priests, the acharyas. Be chaste. Surrender to Krishna. See what he's got in store for you. And who knows? It's Gaurarti coming up now. And so, any other comments, questions, please? It's okay. So we'll use this 5 minutes to either chant, wait for the curtains to open, and join in the Gaurarti. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Gauranatai ki jai. Hari Bol. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Gaura Nitai ki, Shla Prabhupada ki. Jayo, Jayo, Gaura Chander, Arati Kashobha. Jayo, Jayo, Gaura Chander, Arati Kashobha. Janare Tatavanam Jagamanaroba Ekate Advaita Srini Vasachatradhara Rasna Simhasane Harote Gaurana Brahma Adidevagane Adhikori Chamaradulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Koshadigaya Ganta Bhaje, Bhaje Karata. Madhura Mridanga Bhaje, Taramarasara. Shanka Bhaje, Ganta Bhaje, Madhur, Madhur, Madhur Bhaje. Shanka Bhaje, Ganta Bhaje, Madhur, Madhur, Madhur Bhaje. Shanka Bhaje, Ganta Bhaje, Madhur, Madhur, Madhur Bhaje. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Badana Ujvala Galadasha Banamala Kore Jalamala Shiva Shuka Nara Hare Krishna, Krishna